welcome to another edition of Xfeed. Story time off the rip. So I do sports commentary, kind of as a side gig. This year they asked me to do soccer. I've never commentated soccer in my life. Have the same guy that's my co-host as last year. Sorry, not co-host, co-commentator. First thing he says to me, how are the Bored Apes doing? Nah, that's a foul way to start off a conversation. But welcome to another edition of Xfeed today. Ton of headlines, including Tom Brady, some things you might not be aware of, some super negative headlines regarding the space as well, and just general things that we'd like to go over. So excited to have you here, and let's just dive in. The first one with Tom Brady. Apparently, the NFT platform that he previously had, if you remember, Autograph, I think there was Tiger Woods, and a numerous amount of other massive athletes. Well, they're relaunching without NFTs. LOL. Pain and suffering. And in an exclusive conversation with the Autograph team, we get inside the strategy of the newly redesigned app that's less about collecting and more about media. So I'm trying to recall back in the day what exactly these Autograph NFTs were. It felt like they were plaques that had different people that were associated with it. It felt kind of odd because I think the only thing they launched with, and I think Tony Hawk was even one of the athletes that were a part of this, but it was like just some of these athletes, and it was like, hey, we're launching an NFT platform at the same time that there was so many different options of things that were out there. And obviously there was kind of the connotation of, oh, this is a Tom Brady thing. Maybe this will be better. And I guess that's not the case. Anyway, in 2021, Tom Brady co-founded one of the world's hottest startups. Autograph was an NFT platform that, amongst other offerings, promised to digitize the real signatures of dollars, alongside an advisory team that included a range of talents from Apple SVP Eddie Q to tennis star Naomi Osaka, and penned a multi-year deal to provide NFTs to ESPN. I feel like I don't even remember the NFTs to ESPN part of the story, so that's news to me. And then the NFT market crashed. Brady found himself mixed up in the fraudulent crypto startup FTX. And for anybody that doesn't remember, there was a lot of conversations around him blowing a whole bunch of money with that FTX scandal, or not scandal, whatever you want to use as verbiage for it. Don't know what kind of truth there is to that, but let's say that it is true. Well, I mean, it seems like they had a lot of different interests with obviously didn't go well if they're coming back and saying, we're not going to have any NFT association with it. For which he was an ambassador. In 2021, Autograph added the now convicted FTX founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, to its board. At all. Billed as a one-stop shop for sports fandom, Autograph asks you to subscribe to NFL, NCAA football, and NBA, MLB, NHL teams, and then it's a core reason to use Autograph aside from collecting. Then as you read and listen, you're rewarded with coins and trophies for your engagement. So this is fascinating. I actually love this. And to be honest, I haven't read this. Shout out to my dad who actually sent me this article. I haven't read this until now. And it's cool that this is curated in a way. And also kind of adding an extra element to like the sports as a whole, where you have these feeds, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like going to a hockey game and they throw up pictures of you that you submit for, whatever competition, yada, yada. So anyway, super cool. Sucks that there's no NFTs involved, but I like the concept of the app. So Mattel, have you ever gone to their site? They got these Hot Wheel Collectors RLC Selections Volkswagen Drag Bus. It's $51, but guys, that's not an actual car. Well, I mean, it's a toy car, but what's going on? Well, it's a digital one. So if you weren't aware, Hot Wheels actually has NFTs that aren't NFTs. It's just virtual collectibles that you can buy. And maybe one of the creations out there that isn't like super obvious, but when you interact with it, feels very much that way. Now, to go down the rabbit hole a little bit, if you remember Cryptoys, well, they had an announcement where they're like officially partnered with Mattel. Now, you don't necessarily have Hot Wheels selling on their platform, at least not that I'm completely aware of, but Mattel is very much aware of Web3 and has delved into it, but kind of cool to see that they have these standard packs for a brand. And to the conversations we've continually had about the importance of intellectual property, if you're looking at these and saying, hey, I love Hot Wheels, these are kind of cool, well, listen, there you go. And it even shows, hey, there's ultra rare ones, there's premium packs, there's standard packs you can get, everything that you'd like in your typical NFT mint. The UK FCA reveals 87% of crypto firms failed to secure licensing under money laundering rules. Well, I guess this is one of the reasons we have some issues with regulations. 87% failed. Holy smokes. That's absolutely insane. And further to that, Magic Eden introduces exclusive, and now I know this is the other day, so bear with me. Actually, is this today? This is saying it was last updated on the 6th, but I feel like I heard about this yesterday. Anyway, still relevant. Magic Eden introduces exclusive U.S. domain segregating NFT services in the U.S. So, does that mean that there is something going on with the US? Does that mean that there will be certain rails if you're in the US that you're still able to interact and do these different things, but you have to be through like a specific custody provider? Do you have to do these KYCs? What exactly is that going to look like? And for example, when I was mentioning auto blockchain yesterday with Futureverse, where Ripple announced, hey, they're going to be our custody provider, it's the idea is that you can sign up with auto, you can get KYC, but you can still remain kind of like anonymous online through all of that. So it's this is shaping up very interesting. Lending non-fungible token marketplace, Magic Eden has unveiled plans to launch a separate domain exclusively for its US users. In a recent post on X, the platform said it will offer US-based services through a dedicated domain, while the platform's international.io site will continue introducing new features and innovations. The decision to segregate US services likely stems from increasing regulatory scrutiny in the country. Magic Eden's move may be a preventative step in response to recent actions by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, including a Wells notice sent to the NFT marketplace OpenSea. Now, we covered that the other day, but very, very interesting out here. What is going on? Everybody's eyes are on the election and what everybody that's empowered within the states is going to do regarding crypto. Now, so this is just randomly in Canada here, a vehicle driving on a sidewalk near Toronto. This is like the kind of shit that makes the metaverse. Listen, I'm just saying. People question, so why do you like hanging inside so much? Why are you going? And my mother always used to say, I'm not afraid of you driving, Steve. It's the other person. This is the other person we're worried about. So again, listen, just saying, think the metaverse, gonna be great. Bored and hungry, ain't done cooking. This Korea blockchain week, kind of cool. I don't know if the California store is really doing anything anymore, to be honest, but it seems like that store is continuing with its branding and going around here. Nice little food truck. Oh, the Chilvers. Listen, the other chiller. What's going on, Bruchacho? Kind of cool to see. Again, real use of these brandings. Just, kind of nice to say. Now, what's not nice to say is saying that there is a company called Tokyo Stupid Game. So, I don't know if this is like a dig on English, if this is just kind of like something that's funny within Tokyo, but Animoca Brands is saying that their subsidiary of Animoca Brands Japan has partnered with Tokyo Stupid Game, a gaming platform for real-world assets for Japanese brands and IPs. So what the hell is a gaming platform for real-world assets? I really genuinely have no idea how to react to that or what to say. Apparently this is on Solana and I think also Base. If we click into this, okay, the site looks kind of cool. It's designed about DB. Okay, can we go to about TBA wipe? Okay, so there's no information. Aggregation platform for Tokyo IP brands, real world asset, Web3 games. Listen, I'm kind of confused on what exactly this is meaning, and there's not more. Do we go into the white page? Hold on. If we click the about, this shows up now, right? Yeah. Okay. So, well, there's nothing on it. What the hell? Bro, the about page doesn't even... Gated. So I have no idea what this is. Apparently there's real world assets, something with Animoca Brands. We'll figure that out eventually. Jiho's highlighting that for the rare Mythic Axes, there's only a couple of them, but the cheapest right now is 3.4 ETH. So you put on your thinking cap for a second. What's the rarest assets in your various NFT collections? Okay. So for Bored Apes, it's the Mega Mutants, right? Right. Yeah, like those 10 Mega Mutants. I think that's the most, unless it's... because, there's way more gold Bored Apes. But you could argue that those are a part of that. So, gold Bored Apes, the 10 Mutant Apes. If we think of Pudgy Penguins, I think there's like the ice one. There's also some gold. Almost all these collections, they have a gold one that's associated with them or something that's super rare. Are those ones priced at 3.4 ETH? I would make the argument that I think the majority of like collections that are mainstream, that are like the super ultra rare, are higher than 3.4 ETH. So that's actually kind of interesting to me looking at that. And again, that's like $8,000. And hey, listen, that's a lot of shakaroni. So we're not going to do that. But the point being is, I mean, listen, the bear market's hitting everybody here. One of these mythic axes, they don't really know what they do. They offer a whole bunch, though. We've gone over that a little bit before. $8,000. We got a buyer. Warning, this post contains salt. We are cooking true. So this is kind of interesting. And I think that, you know, to ponder for a moment, I think that we have a huge problem in the space where it is absolutely terrifying for teams out there to really go out of their way to help push a creator. We've seen a lot of different ones who are supportive of certain ecosystems turn sour for various reasons. I mean, and I'm not even talking about like community members that are very vocal, people that, you know, try to go out there and they really try to create an audience, right? Like I think there's some people that really go that extra mile. And there's just so many caveats with the Web3 space because it's a completely different perspective where there's financial incentives. There's, you know, the consumption of a lot of us, I'm assuming. I mean, at least speaking for myself, I consume this stuff all day long, right? Like my entire feeds are Web3. You want to talk to me? Listen, I can have a conversation about like pretty much anything, but it's going to be rather quick. You want to talk about Web3 NFTs? Holy smokes, we could talk for days, right? So people are very invested. And things can go very south really quick. But let's get into this. So 8-Bit Tendy says, today I was permanently banned from the Go Gala Games Discord. That's tough. No warning. First a timeout, then a full ban. Seconds later, I was the Gala content creator who initially dedicated my channel solely to Gala, uploading videos on most of their titles. I even pitched the idea of their content creators program. I own NFTs for Fuzzles, Superior, The Walking Dead, Spider Tanks, Mirandus, Legends Reborn, Gala Film, Music Nodes, etc. And those cost an absolute ton, by the way. Speaking of music, I'm also a Gala Music exclusive artist with all my songs sold out on their platform, meaning I've generated them revenue. I paid for my Gala Gold membership. This is how Gala treats their customers, creators, and artists when they question or express opinions about their business practices. So, I mean, when we talk about perspective, there's a few different ways to look at this, right? Maybe there was a mod that went on an absolute power trip and just banned, because again, it was a timeout that apparently like a full ban immediately afterwards. Jiho is trying to say, well, welcome to Ronin, which is kind of funny, good advertisement, I guess, for him if he finds that funny, or if this guy's like, screw that. But yeah, I mean, is Discord even useful at this point? Genuinely asking. I feel like for a lot of these things, it's been used as like an outlet to connect, massively vent in certain cases across. Like, I mean, I've scrolled through old Discords as it was like trying to clear them out, and a lot of them are just absolutely brutal and not really like conclusive for anything, to be honest. Like the announcements going through that are good, and then we also had the problem of like certain teams only announce stuff through Discord when obviously there's a bunch of different mediums people use. So I wonder, obviously Discord's not going anywhere because it's a huge Web3 staple and all these other things, but is there going to be another social app? Is there going to be something that people go more to? Are teams going to be steering away from Discord because it's seeming that it's causing more problems about things, even though you kind of want a place to stay? I don't know. It'll be very interesting. Okay, Metablocks with a cool tweet here that is, you know, relevant, I believe, where there was a Michael Jordan, right, 1984 star PSA 9 that went for $1 million, right? I don't have $1 million. You probably don't have $1 million, but whoever bought that card has $1 million. At the same time, this CryptoPunk sold for $1.48 million. I don't have $1.48 million, and neither do you. But the point being is, which one would you rather? Do you want the card that's collectible, or do you want the CryptoPunk? Which one has a bigger audience, right? If you stop and kind of look at that, okay, for Chicago Bulls, NBA, I mean, both of those things are pretty massive. Michael Jordan also has the Jordan brand, so maybe there are super fans that are rather wealthy off of that. And then for the CryptoPunk, okay, well, you have the Web3 audience. Okay, yeah, probably the NBA audience is much bigger, but the CryptoPunk one is going for more. And also, there's more of them. There's one of 24 apes, and there's only 3 PSA 9s in existence for that Jordan card. So which one would you pick? Kind of interesting when you really break it down. Now, also seeing another sale, a lot of big CryptoPunk sales. This zombie one, again, one of the rarer collections out there, which we could have used earlier when we were talking about the gold board apes, mutant board apes, gold pudgies, etc. 240 ETH, $568,000. I don't have $568,000. You probably don't. It's insane though, because when you look at the space, it's how many of these things are going to be selling for these massive amounts of money, and people, question a lot of things, and like I totally get it, but we are starting to see some significant sales. It's making me feel a little spicy. So I don't know if this is like accurate. So it's gonna be completely wrong. But I thought this was super interesting, and I kind of like agree with it because it all starts somewhere, and then like we try to perfect it, manufacture it, do all these crazy things. And I'm like, So again, this could be complete misinformation, but I'll read it anyway. Gatorade was originally in a glass bottle and only had 5 ingredients: water, sugar, salt, potassium, and lemon juice. This is the perfect hydrating beverage. Now it's full of microplastics, high fructose corn syrup, and toxic colors. I mean, look at Gatorade back in the day. If nothing else, look at the branding, things that are similar, and then not. I mean, they've kind of kept this like I don't know, electric vibe. Oh, and listen, they got Michael Jordan on the bottle too. What do you want more? The Michael Jordan number 9 PSA card or one of the original Gatorade drinks with a Michael Jordan sticker on it? All right, listen, that's up for you. Okay, so this is a very interesting chart when we talk about the amount of inflows that are going to happen within crypto. And so there was this graph posted from Cointelegraph, which their source was the Boston Consulting Group. And the chart is of tokenization of global illiquid assets by 2030. Hands up if you own an illiquid asset. Everybody that owns NFTs, throw your hand up because holy smokes, we're dying out here. But this is more talking about unlisted equity, listed equity, bonds, home equity, all the other things you can see off the side here. And when you look at the chart, you can see that right now in 2024, it's barely even touching 2 trillion, which is the entire market cap of crypto, like the entire market cap of crypto. So let's say that these are getting on different rails where there is a stable coin that's associated with it. Well, that is going to absolutely moonshot the whole crypto total market cap. And you can see by 2030, they're projecting it goes to 16 trillion. So remember, we're at 2 right now. So they think that this thing is going to like 10x plus, which is and within like 6 years. Now, this is speculative graphs. Who knows? Maybe this person is absolutely dog at math, right? Or their formula for coming up with this. But either way, listen, if we're feeling a little bit bullish, put that IV in your arm, feel something special. Holy smokes, 16 trillion by 2030, by 2025. Listen, I mean, can we say that's about a double? Listen, things are looking all right if we're going to say that's going to be a double from here to there. Just saying. We'll find out. Random stats here. Did you know that for the music streaming business, Spotify has 30%. And this is a little bit older of a tweet back in February, so it might not 100% be accurate, but I found this fascinating. In second place is Apple Music at less than 50% of what Spotify is at 13.7, and then Tencent Music at 13.4. Again, for the Futureverse fam, super interesting on that. And then Amazon Music at 13.3. So those are the top 4. I don't know if I could have even told you what happens after Spotify and Apple, but it's Tencent and Amazon. Okay, not to beat on the same drum over here about the adoption for digital assets and everything, but saw this on the timeline. I had to bookmark it. My daughter went to the bank yesterday to withdraw $8,000 to buy a used car. They told her to come back today because they don't have that much cash on hand. Imagine a bank not having $8K. Where's all the cash? Okay, so completely irrelevant of like the bank not having $8,000 cash. How the hell can't we do these things over e-transfer, check, what the hell ever else, right? Very interesting, but also, man, listen, crypto, no rails, no extra fees, we're vibing. Okay, final thing, super quick here. Franelation's got some of the Bape official, again, one of the big merch brands that are out there. Again, not Web3, Web2, big name, woo! And then Bored Ape Yacht Club, which, let's say, they even fought less than and so they have this upcoming drop, and I just wanted to kind of go through this right quick. where he was highlighting some of the different pieces to say like, okay, do we want this? Do we hate this? What the hell's going on? I'm just trying to skim through this. X is being difficult. The first item with an absolute terrible quality, even though it says 1080, you guys are absolutely lying to me. Come on, X. Okay, there we go. The first one is a kind of camouflage grayish hoodie. So this was like the original Bored Ape hoodie where it just had a massive logo on the back of it. They're going for a bunch. You can see that the hood has a like face attached to it. I don't know if I love like the vibe of it. I thought the first round, if you haven't seen, was basically like the camouflage with no extra designs on it. And it was really kind of like bold. And there was like a pink one of it as well. And I thought that was cool. Is that a Wagme? Yo, there's no way that's a real tattoo. That's a sticker, right? No way. This guy came prepped for this. Okay, that's crazy. Going to the next thing. This is still the hoodie, I believe. And then this one looks like a dress shirt, a button-up shirt. So that was, yeah, that's more like what the hoodie looked like previously, but now they're doing it in a dress shirt. I guess Robin Williams got photoshopped as wearing one. That's kind of a funny photo. Not sure if like I'm over the moon about it. I thought that the hoodie looked really, really sweet. Not overly excited about the button up. And this one, the shoes. What the hell is that? They're really going with like this teeth camouflage look. So these shoes I love. From the original one, I feel like that first drop was chef's kiss, amazing. So far with this one, I'm going to give it a doom. Is it a boom or a doom? It is a doom. That's it for this edition of XFeed. Thank you guys so much for coming on through. Shilvers, I'm glad that we had like a little bit of a cack a little bit earlier. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will be back on Monday as per usual. If you want to give a like, if you want to give a comment, if you want to give me a high five virtually,